change in that law to remove the population restriction so that cities like CEA all over the state can charge a pillow tax to help with their city's budget, especially if it can be tied to a decrease in property taxes. Anybody?
Our biggest concern just out of the gate would be, we hate giving local taxing entities more ability to tax more, because they already tax everybody too much, cities, counties, because they've got a spending problem. I understand the law enforcement aspect of this, and perhaps it could be limited to that in some form or fashion, but my guess is that that will be met with a substantial amount of resistance. Is it something that can be overcome? It's going to depend a lot on the exact approach.
Elaine, you want to speak on this?
I understand the implications for this. I just have it's another tax shift. It's another, we're moving money from here to here to pay for things. I'm always open to listening to all sides of a topic, but, and I would have to agree, giving the local government more taxing ability is always a scary thing.
Thank goodness I don't have any cities over 10,000 in my district. Pretty safe. But it's a spending problem. It's a spending problem. They're going to keep trying to nickel and dime you, whether it's a local tax or a state tax or it's a charity or whatever. You're going to, I guess not charity, but it's a spending problem, and it's not going to fix the spending problem.
It's talking out of both sides of our mouth. We're going to say we want to lower taxes, but we want to allow increasing taxes. If the counties need money, they've got to figure out from the money they have and take it from somewhere and put it in another pot. I mean, let's try and be more efficient here. I don't know what it takes. I haven't had to work on a budget in a county or a city or a taxing district, but it blows my mind that there's any kind of concern about a local option tax for the pillows or anything else. Let's figure out a way to be efficient with the money and lower the taxes on the tax burden on the people in the county.
One more comment, and then we'll move on to the next topic. Who'd like to speak on this? Joe, you want to speak on it? Let's skip over to Joe for a moment. We'll come back. I promise.
I'm sorry.
Give him a hug.
I'm going to take the opposite view on this. I like the idea because I think control at the local level is the most important way to do things. And if we don't like what the City Council of Coeur d'Alene is doing in raising taxes, we can go back and we can do something about it. If taxes are collected through the state level, it's more difficult to make the change. And Elaine touched on this before when she talked about what happened when we got down to Boise, and we had this great idea of eliminating the grocery tax, and there was no way that we were going to be able to make that happen because they don't agree with us. But if you put that control at the local level, you can have an effect on it. You can do something about it. So I like that. And actually, I would like to get rid of all taxes collected through the state level and actually have it go through rather a sales tax, which should be largely controlled locally rather than have it go through Boise.
Gotcha, thank you. And I threw him a curveball because I asked these direct questions, and I thank you so much for answering these questions on the spot like that. And Tony, I know that was unfair, but I've got a juicy topic that I'm going to start, and you get the money. Hold on. You get like 5 lines. So, okay, we're going to switch to education.